over here, Wendy. Wendy, over here. Wendy, no. Wendy, over here. Wendy, here. Stop.
Okay.
We're all about the aviary today.
What are we viewing?
It's all about birds.
Okay.
All about the aviary at the North Carolina Zoo.
So we're bird watching. What birds have you seen so far?
Oh, come here.
What have you seen so far?
I've seen red birds, and there's a really neat white bird that's here. There's a blue bird, kind of looks like a purpley bird. I saw some green birds.
Oh,
there's some.
Steve, we have to teach people about birds today, and we can't teach them by telling them you saw a blue bird.
That's not
or
enough.
a green bird. So we might need to call an expert in to help us.
So green, red, not quite good enough.
No.
Need some more details?
Yeah. Especially in this gorgeous space.
It is pretty, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Hey guys, welcome to your Zoo Adventures today. Steve in front of the camera, Wendy behind the camera as always. Oops, I missed. Say it again.
Hi, everybody.
I stepped on top of you there, I think. So yeah, we're in the zoo's aviary, and it's Aviary Week for us at the zoo. Today, all about the birds. And then Wednesday, we did a taped program about some of these amazing plants. So again, taking you kind of behind the scenes a little bit, at least with information this time. Now you guys can come in the aviary when it's open. The zoo is open, but the interior buildings are not quite yet. We've extended some of COVID, right? So that's been happening, so be careful. And what is it with an earthquake in North Carolina?
Yeah, 5.2.
5.1. I heard 5.1.
5.1.
In Sparta. Did you guys feel that earthquake?
I did.
Well, if you haven't heard, if you guys are overseas and didn't see it, North Carolina had one of its strongest earthquakes in 100 years.
On Saturday. Saturday or yesterday?
Yesterday. Sunday. Sunday morning.
It goes too fast.
Sunday at 8 in the morning. How crazy is that? So North Carolina, hurricane on Monday, earthquake on Sunday. What? Crazy. But all right, okay, enough of that. So we're going to call Keeper Jeff. Let's see if he's there. Education Jerkin to Keeper Souther.
Go ahead.
Jeff, we're ready if you're ready.
Oh, on the way.
Fantastic. We're waiting for you. Thanks, Jerkin. Clear. So you guys are going to hear some really amazing sounds today. The birds are calling, and we're here in the morning because it's a time to feed. And that's kind of neat. And we asked them, since the aviary's closed, can you hold off feeding just a little bit? Because they usually feed a little bit earlier than 10. And they said, absolutely, anything for your digital guests. So thanks to the keepers here at the North Carolina Zoo and the aviary. So it's really cool that they did that for us. We're going to learn about some of the diets, what they eat, what is a bird, and then talk to Jeff a little bit about some of his past experiences. He's got a kind of a neat background, neat history of where he came from, which is kind of cool.
Oh, secret door!
Wait a minute. You coming through a secret door?
I love when they emerge from the rocks.
That's so cool.
We're going to follow you.
We're going to follow you, Jeff. Let you get set up.
Sounds great.
Ready. Hey, how are you today? Good to see you, Claudia.
He's got binoculars, Steve.
He's got binoculars. We didn't bring any binoculars. We knew we were going bird watching today.
I know, we're not very good at this.
All right, Keeper Jeff, say hi to the camera before we get started.
Hi, Facebook.
Hey, where's Claudia? Where did she go? Say hi. Hey, you're the one who came out. We were expecting Jeff. We get two, which is awesome. We'll take it.
Keeper.
We're awesome. So, guys, Keeper Jeff is here, Keeper Claudia as well. And kind of the morning routine here involves what?
So the morning routine is trying to feed 67 birds that all live together and all have to get along together. So it's a big to-do. And
You do not have 67 birds.
67 individual birds, 25 different species.
Is that right, Claudia?
Yeah.
67 individuals?
Oh yeah,
And how many species?
25
25 species.
all over the world.
Now, we've done something in Watani. They try to get eyes on everything.
Yes.
Do you guys try to do that too in here?
We do, but as you can see from our surroundings,
What are they showing everybody?
pretty difficult. So
That's
these birds have a
crazy.
lot of space. They have a lot of places to hide. It's very much like their natural habitat.
Okay.
So that you guys were admiring my binoculars, absolutely need these to get eyes on everybody.
Right.
But the food helps. They know when the buffet rolls out, so
Okay.
they're all waiting to eat. That's the best time to make sure everyone out here is here.
Nice.
And also healthy, doing well, not fighting that sort of thing.
So you're trying to get eyes on, look at a nice little observation of everybody, at least the ones that are coming down.
Absolutely.
Well, they've waited long enough, Jeff. Why don't you go? What is in here? What do we have? Actually, I said that, and I saw that's some pretty cool stuff.
So we have a little bit of something in here for everyone. The base diet for our birds is a lot of fruits and vegetables, nice fresh produce.
It is a morning breakfast.
It
makes
is
sense.
the morning. We have lots of different types of seeds and pellets that offer kind of a complete nutritional value to our different types of birds. Like we have seeds for insect-eating birds, seeds for fruit-eating birds, seeds specifically for parrots, for pigeons,
Just regular, I mean,
just everything you need. And then on top of that, of
What's
course,
this?
nice fresh live protein. We offer a wide variety of different insects, mealworms, superworms, crickets, waxworms.
Yum.
A lot of our birds are insect eaters, so they need a nice protein diet.
Nice, okay.
And they're white because we sprinkle it with calcium powder,
that's the white stuff. That's the white stuff?
powder.
just to make sure all our birds are getting all the vitamins and minerals that they need to stay healthy.
You hungry, Steve?
I'm looking at this going, you know what?
Look pretty
that
tasty,
looks
doesn't it?
absolutely unappealing to me.
It's very healthy, very fresh.
Oh, I'm
very
sure it's
good for
healthy.
you.
Oh, no, it's fresh. I didn't introduce you to the Muppet here. This is the Muppet, by the way.
Hey, Muppet.
So if you didn't say thank you very much, I'm sure the Muppet appreciates the hello. This is the microphone.
Yeah.
So you'll see me kind of looking at you guys with that. I want to make sure you know what's going on. All right, so now, kind of, what do you do?
So now what I'm going to do is I have my food bowls arranged. We feed the birds in here what we call feeding stations.
Oh, okay.
As we can see, our female Eclectus Parrot princess is waiting for us at her favorite feeding station. And this is where we put the food bowls. We don't want to hand feed the birds. We don't want to
Okay.
encourage them that humans will give you food. Instead, we like to feed them where we can see them, observe them, but
Okay.
they're at a distance where they're not going to be interacting with people
Sure.
in a negative way. So she's waiting for me, so I think I'll hop in there,
Okay.
put some food bowls down, and then it's going to be a feeding frenzy.
All right, awesome. Let's see what happens. Go for it, Jeff. I'm going to follow you a little bit because I have the microphone. And everybody's waiting for Keeper Jeff.
Everyone's like,
I'll stay out here. I want to go in there with you.
that sounds good.
Thank you. So that's the feed station itself.
This is one of the feeding stations, so the bowls just fit right in. It's just like a bird feeder at home.
Oh, okay. So it's like he said it's like a bird feeder at home, but I'm not getting Eclectus Parrots coming to my house.
You would have to live in parts of Australia to get one at your house. Even then, it would be pretty unusual. I
Nice.
know.
Hi there, Princess. Some of you have come to the zoo before have met Princess, I'm sure. She's the Eclectus Parrot up there. That is so cool. And then they'll just come down and feed as they wish, huh?
They'll just come down. So a lot of our birds, just like if you observe bird feeders at home,
Yeah.
they kind of take their turns. So the big birds
do.
that have kind of like a big outgoing personality, they kind of hop to the food bowls first, and the little guys wait their turn. They know that there's enough food out here for everyone. They don't need to fight
They've
over
never
it.
been hungry.
We always pull back leftovers, so they're really
Oh, wow.
kind of patient about it. You know, we don't have a lot of aggression or anything like that.
Okay.
It's surprisingly orderly. They all kind of just wait in line, as you can see.
I see that. They are. They're kind of
Going to
stationed
food.
in a line. Let's go talk to Wendy about that. And now we're here, of course. You need to tell us who's who.
Yes, so we have a lot of birds out here. So these little green guys that you see coming down to the nectar, that's their favorite food. They're called blue-crowned hanging parrots.
Blue-crowned hanging parrots.
Blue-crowned hanging parrots.
They're hanging.
These are all males. We know that
Okay.
because they have that blue crown on top of their head
Oh,
and that
fun.
red throat. These guys, they come from Southeast Asia, where they live in rainforests.
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, they're called hanging parrots because they actually will hang upside down like a bat.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Did you hear that, Wendy? They hang like a bat.
Yes.
They look like leaves when they do it.
And this is Princess, right? This is the
This
Eclectus.
is Princess, our female Eclectus parrot. Yep, she is the princess. She's kind of the boss around here.
Nice. Now, I heard a very fun story about these guys. They're Australian, right?
Australia, New Guinea, and
Up
some
into New
surrounding
Guinea?
islands. Yep,
I heard that the male looks so different from these guys.
completely different. Yeah.
Are they the really bright green? We don't have one here.
Yes.
But the really bright green birds?
They're completely green with an orange candy corn bill.
A candy corn bill. No
As opposed
kidding.
to Princess's all black bill
Yeah.
and predominantly red and purple plumage.
That is so cool.
Yeah, for a long time they were actually thought to be two different species, the males and the females.
That's so neat. But as science learns and progresses, they figured out the difference.
That's right.
Let's see who else is in here. We have the blue crown hanging parrots.
We have a lot of parrots.
I see, is that the black bird up there? Wendy, I don't know if you can see that black
So that's
bird.
one of our new arrivals to the aviary. I can say this bird was born here or
No kidding.
hatched here, as we would
Congratulations.
say. Yeah, thank you. And she fledged or left the nest right on Mother's Day.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so this is a yellow rump cacique.
Oh, is that the family?
Those are her parents. So the big one squawking his head off is dad, and the more subdued one is mom.
Well, you know, that happens.
And she already has a younger sibling out here too.
Oh, cool.
That mom and dad are busy taking care of. Well,
No
mostly mom.
kidding.
Dad just kind of follows her around.
Well, you know,
That's how it
if
works.
you get right down to it,
Yeah.
that's kind of what we do the best.
We have a digital guest saying that her cat at home is enjoying this with her.
Oh, no
I don't
kidding.
think I like that very much.
Oh, did you hear that, guys? Jeff said, watch the cats.
This is a cat-free zone in the aviary.
I love it. Who's over here, Jeff?
So this is a white-headed buffalo weaver. These are two brothers. They used to live in our desert exhibit,
Oh,
but now
really?
they get to come live with us for a
Are
kind
they
of
the
a
ones that
change
built
of
those really massive nests?
huge nests. So they're called weavers, but their nests are less woven as they are kind of stacked. It's like a giant haystack.
Oh.
They got a couple in the exhibit that they work on from time to time. There's no shortage of plant material
Sure,
out here for them
absolutely.
to collect from. So we just kind of let them, do what they do. It's a natural behavior,
Neat.
and they can build as many giant nests as they wish.
That is
And
cool.
they come from Africa, and they're mostly a savanna species. They live in more open habitats.
Oh, neat. And obviously they're insect eaters.
They're
over here
big.
munching on
They're
the
big
insects.
insect eaters, but they're also big seed eaters. If you notice their
Oh.
bill, it's very it's shaped almost like a cardinal bill. It's
Okay.
very heavy, very conical, and that's a great adaptation for crushing seeds. So
Oh,
they
so
like
the
a
bill
lot of
shape
seeds.
tells you something.
The shape of a bird's bill is a great indicator of what it eats and how it kind of lives
It
its
looks a
life.
lot different than the hanging parrot.
Fascinating.
Very different from the hanging parrot, exactly,
That is so.
or even princess's bill.
Okay. So another one of those trait characters, something you look at to find out, helps you to learn about the animal.
Absolutely.
We've done that with kind of where the location of eyes are on some
Exactly,
animals, some
yeah.
different shapes of claws, different shapes of teeth. So just one more thing you can look at
One
is
more
the shape
thing.
of a bill.
Yep.
That is so cool. I mean, you think about it now, while you say that, we looked at, we saw Tara, our barred owl.
Very
They
cool.
have that very sharp bill for tearing.
Yes, sir.
So cool. You've got that kind of neat little trait characteristic. While we're talking about trait characteristics, digital guests, what makes a bird a bird? And I want you to think really hard about that question. What makes a bird a bird?
So you're quizzing them on a Monday morning.
I am, Monday morning. Hey, I had a nice weekend. My wife, Lee, she made this amazing peanut butter chicken. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. So that was really good. Had a wonderful, oh, by the way, weekend. Happy anniversary to my parents.
Yes.
55 years.
Oh,
Isn't that
55,
crazy?
That's amazing.
congratulations.
55 years. Thank you, Jeff.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's good.
We have some answers.
We did what they say.
Wings,
Wings,
feathers,
feathers,
modified scales,
modified scales,
feathers,
feathers.
so far.
Some of you may have seen Nikki's classroom program. So, Jeff,
Pooping on cars.
well, that definitely makes you a bird or a very strange animal. Mammal. All right, Jeff, so I know all about birds. Claudia, listen to this. Ready? All birds have a beak.
All birds have a beak.
And having a beak automatically makes you a bird.
Incorrect.
Steve.
I was going to say,
Wait a minute.
if you look down in this below princess, you'll see why that's not true.
So, just having a beak doesn't make you a bird.
It does not. All birds have a beak, but not every animal with a beak is a bird.
We're looking at a turtle. It has beaks.
I don't like this.
But clearly it's not a bird.
Because I was going to say, because I've seen scales too on birds' feet.
Birds have.
And I was going to say bird, that makes a bird too, but obviously it doesn't because a tortoise and a turtle have a scale.
Absolutely.
What kind of animal is this that she's looking at right now, Jeff?
This
I know
is-
it's not a bird, but you know.
Yes, this is a female Forsten's tortoise.
Forsten's?
Forsten's tortoise.
Hello.
They're an endangered species
Oh, cool.
from an island in Indonesia.
I'm getting attacked by a vine, Jeff.
And they're a new arrival. I don't even think they've been on exhibit since the aviary's been open to the public. So
Oh,
you
no
guys get a
kidding.
nice
The first view.
sneak peek.
Digital guests, how cool is that? Another first. You guys get to see the Forsten's tortoise first. Tortoise? Turtle.
Tortoise.
Tortoise.
We call them turtles as a nickname, but
Well, you
I've never
know.
seen a turtle
it's
before,
technically
Steve.
a
A
tortoise.
turtle. It is a tortoise. And we've learned about the difference between turtles and tortoises. We've done that, but we're not going to go into that now.
Okay,
So it's not a beak.
not a beak,
And so,
not scales.
and I know, so it's got to be flight. But not all birds fly.
Not all birds fly.
But only birds fly.
Bats
Oh.
fly.
What flies?
Bats.
Oh, shoot. Oh, and insects? Some insects. So flight's not it either.
Flight's not it.
So what's the one? Yeah, you know, don't you? Princess
is
like,
offended
get
if
to
you're
the point. Princess like, get to the point, Steve. So, what one character is there? Just one? Is there a characteristic that makes a bird a bird?
Not really. So
No.
there's a couple different characteristics
Okay.
that we can say birds have X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
But of all the ones that have been listed, to me, the key characteristic of a bird is its feathers. In terms of animals that are currently alive, only birds have feathers.
Only birds have feathers.
And it is a key adaptation to their whole survival. Every bird has feathers, and they rely on their feathers.
So what all do feathers do for the bird?
So feathers do many, many things. So flight is
Okay.
the main one that comes to mind. Birds use their feathers to help kind of form the shape of their wing.
Okay.
And that gives them the ability to fly. Without their feathers, their wings would not be able to let them fly. Feathers are also a great insulator. They help keep birds warm.
Oh my gosh, like our hair.
Just
like the
our
mammal's
hair.
hair.
Exactly right.
Sweet.
But then they're also used a lot for what we call decoration. So we can see a lot of the birds out here are very beautiful. They're very
Oh, yeah.
colorful. And they do that not just for our benefit, but for themselves.
I like it.
It's important for their lives and their social structures and their social lives to be the colors that they are.
I see.
And
So
that's
the
an
color is
aspect.
important.
Yes.
We have a really large guest here.
This is our big family of Victoria crowned pigeons.
This is another family.
These are all siblings, actually.
Oh, these are all
We
brothers and
have
sisters?
older sister, middle brother, and youngest sister.
So older sister is in front.
Yep.
Middle brother is in the middle.
He's in the middle.
Happenstance. And then that's the youngest sister? Or
That's the
oldest?
youngest sister.
That's the youngest sister.
Yep.
And these are what kind of birds again?
They're called Victoria crowned pigeons, and they are the largest species of pigeon in the world.
Oh, no, that's kind of cool because you hear those words sometimes and pigeons aren't always pigeons. And this
Pigeons
isn't always
aren't
this.
always pigeons.
But this is really a pigeon.
This is a pigeon.
And the largest, what a beautiful eye color.
Isn't it? Those deep red eyes and that really cool crest. That's obviously
that
how they
for?
get their name.
What's that for?
It's for display. So what oldest sister is telling the camera right now is, I'm not sure of you. I'm a little bit, on alert.
Okay.
So the crest is forward. You can see youngest sister is also
she's
on alert.
Yeah. But the boys like the
He
brother
seems
in the
a
middle's
bit-
like, yeah, whatever.
He seems a bit more relaxed.
Whatever.
So they use it to express their emotions, but then they also use it for courtship. Males and females of this
Okay.
species look alike, but they do a lot of dancing, and that crest is an important aspect of it when it comes to, a male wooing a female.
Nice. So digital guests, do you see the difference? You can actually still see it pretty well. The female has it really erect, and so she's letting us know she's paying attention. The male, a little more relaxed, is kind of held down a little bit more.
And all three of these, they
That
were
is so
they were
cool.
hatched in this exhibit, and actually
my
their
goodness.
parents have another nest that's right above us right now. You can see that big nest of vegetation
This?
on that lip. That's it. Yeah.
No kidding. You see that, Wendy?
Pigeons make notoriously messy nests.
A messy nest.
It's a messy nest. So,
That's
there's a lot of different types of birds, and for each type of bird, there's a different type of nest.
Yeah.
Some are neater than others. This is one of the
That's so cool.
sloppier ones, I would say.
And they did that on their own. You didn't help them.
We don't, we don't even have to give them the materials. They find everything they need. This exhibit provides it for them.
Really?
And then they just kind of make that.
Well, this is Aviary Week, so we're doing birds
really?
today, and we're doing plants on Wednesday.
Cool.
Do you guys work with the Hort team at all here?
We do. We work very closely because,
Oh, cool.
obviously the birds cannot be provided this great environment if it wasn't for all the plants. All the plants out here are live, real. There's no fake plants. And they provide a great, not just home for the bird, and nesting locations, but also lots of food as well. There's lots of fruits and flowers that they eat out here.
Well, they eat some of the plants.
They eat a lot of the plants, and that's when our relationship with Hort maybe gets a little strained.
Oh, we have another bird. We have another visitor, Jeff.
Let me see. Oh, this is our other species of pigeon in the aviary. This is a Nicobar pigeon.
That's a pigeon?
That's a pigeon.
And that other big thing was a pigeon.
That's a pigeon too. There's lots of different types of pigeons in the world. This
now,
one
the
is
pigeons do I also see pigeons in the parking lots, like at stores and stuff? Is that also a pigeon?
That's also a pigeon.
Why are pigeons so boring in comparison to these pigeons?
Well, if you've ever seen a pigeon up close, like, I don't necessarily like to think they're boring. I think they're kind of beautiful if you see them.
I love a pigeon.
I always get really excited when I see a pigeon, so I don't know.
I love the iridescence, all the different colors and things like that. It's so cool.
And obviously,
And
this particular species takes that iridescence kind of to the next
all the way
level.
to the max.
Yeah.
Are these a seed eater or bug eater?
So they're primarily a fruit and seed eater, especially the fruit. So they live on a group of islands in the Indian Ocean, kind of between India and Australia, where they live in rainforests. They live on the ground and they eat a lot of fruit. And the fun fact about this species of pigeon is that it's the closest living relative to the extinct dodo.
Really?
Yep, you wouldn't guess it because the dodo is not often depicted as being a very colorful bird.
And much larger.
Much larger.
That's nifty. I like that. That's kind of cool.
It's kind of great. We're seeing her out and about. This is one of our shyer species in the aviary.
Oh, fantastic.
They're molting or shedding their feathers right now, replacing them, so that makes them a little bit hungrier. So that's
is that kind of that little boss thing there?
That's a little bit
down saying, "Look, this is my space right now."
Exactly. So all the birds out here kind of know, what the deal is, who the boss is. So there's no need to fight.
Oh, I get it. What the pecking order is?
It's a pecking order.
Did you hear that, Wendy? Pecking order. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Steve said pecking order.
Yes, Dad.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that good? That's a good one.
It is a pecking order, but as you can see, they don't need to
Just
resort.
go on, Steve.
They don't need to resort to pecking everyone.
You see size and
It's a lot,
location and stuff like that. That is so neat.
They're all good neighbors.
So Jeff, we've talked to some of our keepers. You have kind of a unique route to get here.
Yes.
You haven't always been in the aviary.
I have not, unfortunately.
You are a bird person.
I love birds. I'm a huge bird nerd.
One of our colleagues, Nikki, calls herself a bird nerd. Would
She's
you consider?
answering questions right now.
Oh, Nikki's actually. So would you consider yourself a bird nerd?
Yes. I use that
Awesome.
term
So bird
quite
nerd
often.
is a loving phrase here.
Yes.
That is so cool. But you didn't start here in the aviary. Where did
I
you
did
start
not.
at the zoo?
I started with elephants here at the zoo.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wendy, come here. Wendy, come here. Come here. Come here.
That's sort of a
Jeff is.
big jump.
Yeah, Jeff is a bird nerd. And you started where again?
Elephants.
Elephants? Jeff, elephants are birds.
No, not even close.
They're like the total opposite of a bird.
I would say so. Yeah.
It's okay, Steve.
Are you sure?
It's okay. People can have different jumps, Steve.
Don't try to pigeonhole me, Steve.
Ah! See, that's a funny joke, Steve. That's funny.
Get it? Because the pigeons.
Pigeon.
No.
Get it?
No. Claudia, stop.
See, she thought it was funny too.
Claudia, come here for a second.
She has to get subjected to this like
Yeah, a little bit. Come here.
Claudia has a good how she got
Yeah, so everybody say hi to Claudia. I promise right now people are saying hi to you. So you gotta be louder, Claudia. Claudia's
Okay.
so quiet. We have to deal with this all the time with
We're
her.
scary, I know.
We are a little scary. So are you a bird person as well?
I consider myself, I don't have a bird pun for it, a jack of all trades.
She feels
A
pressured
jackal.
because I'm standing
She's
here.
a jackal of all trades.
Don't judge me for saying that I like all
No judging.
animals.
There's no judging. So you're kind of like you like a broad.
Yeah.
Broad
I like working with a lot of different animals. So I like working with birds because there's so many different species. Like literally, even just looking at what we've seen today, there's been pigeons,
Yeah.
there's been parrots, and obviously we have a tortoise.
and a tortoise.
Yeah.
Right?
So I love seeing all the different kinds of birds and working with so many different species.
That's cool. Have you always been in the aviary?
No.
You haven't either.
Nope.
So this is like the place to be, apparently. To get to.
Yeah, I started as an intern in our desert section, which had which had a couple birds, but also a lot of reptiles and a couple
So you were in the
mammals.
desert first.
Yep, and then I worked temporarily at the slip. which also had
swamp?
Yep.
I don't think I've never seen you at swamp.
I was there for a couple months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Which had a couple birds, cougars.
Those aren't birds,
And
Claudia.
some more reptiles.
Wait. Claudia said they had cougars and some other birds.
There was a comma in there. I promise.
Okay, there's a comma. I'm sorry.
And then I was lucky enough to work in the education department.
Did you really know?
I did.
I mean, really?
There's a trend.
There is a trend.
A lot of people like education.
That's so cool. So guys, we have a little thing for everybody. If they want to say something, we'll do a little something. Is there anybody you'd like to say hi to? What might be watching or could watch later on?
Sure, I guess I'd give a shout out to all my nieces and nephews, to Sage, Nova, Russell, and Callie.
Awesome. That's good. You guys be proud of this guy. How about you? Do you have anybody you want to say hi to?
I'll say hi to my mom and my Mima cat.
Oh, that's awesome. Hope you guys are watching and maybe be very proud of your guys. They're amazing, amazing people. We're so happy and so lucky to have them here at the North Carolina Zoo. That's some cool stuff. Didn't know it was going to happen, did you, Claudia? Claudia's like, I'm out.
Who else are we feeding?
Where else are we going, Jeff?
Well, we can go to our next feeding station and see who's waiting for us there.
Awesome. Let's go.
Might get some birds following us on the way.
It's like Pied Piper with birds.
Exactly. These guys are always very vocal. These are white-crested laughing thrush.
White-crested laughing thrush.
Kind of a mouthful, definitely.
Yeah, it is.
I think these are the ones that followed us the other day.
Yeah, they definitely like to check people out and make sure their presence is known.
Wendy and I come and practice, as you guys know, try to kind of get an idea of see some things, make sure all the signals are good. So when we came in, we were trying to take pictures of those birds because, like, I don't know what that is. I bet the keepers can help us, and they're so kind and so good to do that with us. I do want to talk about this this is kind of cool. Yeah, I know these birds. These are rules, right, Jeff? Crested partridges?
Rules, correct. Crested wood partridges.
Wood partridges, okay.
Rules, as they're known in their native Indonesia.
Native Indonesia. So Jeff, what? You just put food in this little contraption.
I did.
And I saw it. It looks a lot like the feed station we were at just at.
Yes, sir.
But there's something around it.
A very strange structure. Yes.
That looks like a building. Looks like a little structure. What is that?
So this is what we call one of our introduction cages or enclosures.
Introduction habitat, huh?
Yes. So when we get a new bird for the aviary, we don't just throw it out here and kind of hope it'll get along with everyone, find its way.
Right.
So every bird, when they're incoming to the aviary, spends a couple days inside one of these enclosures first. So that way they get to kind of learn the environment. They get to meet some of the other birds in a safe and controlled manner.
That is
so then when we
cool.
let them out, we know that there's not going to be any problems with any of the other birds.
An introduction space.
Yes, sir.
So you don't just throw them out there.
We don't just throw them out there, but then we also feed our birds in these enclosures every morning, because if a bird needs to go see the vet, we would have to handle that bird. But if you can look around this exhibit, I don't know how we would do that.
No, you're not looking around a net and try to catch it that way.
Exactly not. So when the birds, they come in here and eat their breakfast every morning, and if there's a bird that has to see the vet, get a checkup, or maybe go live in another building on the zoo or something like that, we're able to secure them inside this enclosure here, so then we're able to then, get our hands
more
on that bird
safely in the smaller space.
Exactly.
So that front door comes down, Jeff?
It comes down, yep.
Did you know that, Claudia? Just checking. So that front door, did you know that, Wendy?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, we were all zookeepers.
Oh. You zookeeper people all know the secrets. So that's neat. So that front door comes down, then you guys can go in there if you need.
Exactly.
It looks like the rules are quite content going in there, and
Rules have no problem with it. There are often times when we need to get another bird or, secure them inside here. The rules often come along with them for a little bit.
who's the little bird back there?
So that is one of our pekin robins.
Peeking.
Pekin robin.
Because they look around the corner at you?
No, they're named after a region of southern China where they're from. They're also called Chinese nightingales.
Chinese what?
Nightingale.
Chinese nightingale?
Yes, after they have a really nice song.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I like how you feed based on where they would feed in nature, right? So there's some that feed in trees and some that feed on the ground.
That's exactly right. So just like in a real rainforest, in our rainforest here in the aviary, we have the forest floor, the understory, and the canopy, and we have all different types of birds that live in those different types of zones. And we feed them
Really?
accordingly. So we have ground bowls for our ground living birds. We have more feeding stations and more enclosed areas for our understory birds, like the pekin robins. They're absolutely an understory bird. And then we have feeding stations upstairs that are more open for more of the canopy living birds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of nifty.
Those caciques we saw are a great example of a canopy bird.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, there's different levels of the rainforest.
Yep.
And in here you kind of duplicate that a little bit. How fun is that? Guys are answering questions for us. Thank you so much. I know Nikki's there. Our self-professed bird nerd. Thank you, Nikki.
We do have a past zookeeper that I want to give a shout out to. Amanda Santos is actually watching, and she used to be a keeper here in the aviary.
Oh, no kidding.
And she's actually been answering some questions too.
right,
so
cool.
Thanks, Amanda.
shout out to Amanda.
That is so cool.
She's very excited to see a lot of her old stomping ground.
Excellent.
We do love to show it off, Amanda, and it's amazing, amazing space. What you got, Wendy?
One of our digital guests is asking how often you replenish the bowls.
So
good
all
question.
the birds out here get fed twice a day. So we feed them every morning at 9:30, and then we refresh the bowls every evening at 2:30.
Don't step back. You're going to step on a Victoria Crown pigeon.
Awesome. So when the aviary is open to our guests, they can watch you do this feed at those times. Is that
Absolutely.
correct?
We advertise it. It's on the map. The sign's all over park. We invite people to, if you're going to come to the aviary, I strongly encourage you to come at 9:30 when we do the morning feed. It's the best time to be out here because all the birds are active. They're all
You can
coming
see
down
that
to eat.
now, yeah.
You can see that now, but then also there'll be a zookeeper out here too. There are myself or my coworkers,
Yep.
Claudia, and we'll be happy to answer questions, chat with you guys. So it's really the best time to be in the aviary.
And I can tell you guys, digital friends, I can tell you that the keepers will chat with you. Make sure they have time to do their jobs.
You'll learn everything
But
about birds you never wanted
They
to know.
will continue to talk to you, even if you don't want them to. No, I'm just kidding. They are amazing, and all the keepers here. If you get a chance to say hi, and I'll tell you what, guys. How about a shout out, thank you to them as well, if you get a chance to see them. All through COVID, they've been here. We've met some of the other keepers before. It's 365 days a year. It's no weather is irrelevant. Birthdays and holidays are irrelevant. So a nice little thank you to our keeper friends would always go a long way to encouraging them, which is really cool.
And Jeff, zookeeping sort of runs in your household, doesn't it?
It does. My wife is also a zookeeper.
Oh, really?
Yes, and we met at a zoo.
Where is she, zookeeper at?
She's a zookeeper at our Cypress Swamp section.
Wait. She's a zookeeper here?
Right here, yep.
Wow!
And we love her.
That's so cool. That's neat. This is an amazing space, Jeff.
I know.
Claudia, this is really cool.
It's almost like being, I forget I'm inside sometimes.
Oh, easily, right? Easily. And you work with horses. I think that's so neat. And I love that you reminded us that the birds take advantage of this space.
They do.
And you're able to work with horses to do that. They'll feed on. Oh, you know what? I think I remember that. Isn't there a grape? Is there some sort of grape at the front that the
Yes.
fruits grow on the trunk of the
Yes.
tree?
That is called a Brazilian grape
A
tree.
Brazilian grape. We learned about that in a program that we did a long time ago. That is so neat. And the birds actually come and eat those grapes.
They love the grapes.
They love the grapes.
They love the grapes.
Well, how could you not love a grape? All right, Jeff. Unfair question. Claudia, you get the same question, but you get to think about it for a second. Just like our children, it's impossible to pick a favorite.
Correct.
But do you either have a favorite species or a favorite species to work with?
I get asked this a lot.
I'm
and
sure you do.
It's always a struggle to answer.
Well, that's what we do best.
My
We interview
favorite
people.
thing about working with birds is the diversity.
It's the diversity.
There are twice as many species of birds on the planet as there are mammals. So working in an aviary like this, like I said, we work with 25 different species. Just in this one space. So every bird out here has something I like about them.
Nice.
I love them all. One that is special to me though, we have a bird out here called a blue-bellied roller. He lives up high. We may or may not see him today.
Okay.
But he just has this great blue coloration on his wings that is it's unlike anything I've ever seen in a living animal before.
All right.
So that's
Blue-bellied roller.
Blue-bellied roller from Africa. So that's always
cool.
a special one.
That's good.
What's the coolest bird that you have seen out in nature? I know that there's like a list that birders have.
Yes.
What do you call that list?
now
It's my life list.
now you've done it.
I know.
Now you've done it.
See, look, the light in his eyes.
How much time do we have?
I saw
We
the
don't
light.
have time for this.
This is about Jeff, not you. It's about Jeff.
All right, Jeff.
So there's a life list.
I have a life list.
What's your top 5 life list birds?
Oh, geez, top 5. Okay, well, let's think about it. So I've been very fortunate. I love to travel. I've traveled a lot, and that's kind of the best aspect of being a bird watcher.
That reminds me of something else. Go ahead, sorry.
Definitely at the top of the list is in Peru. I got to see a bird called a huatzin. It's a
Watson.
H-O-A-T-Z-I-N.
Oh, cool.
I encourage everyone to Google it right now because it's like the coolest bird ever.
Watson.
Yes, we had to hike for like 4 hours in the jungle to see it, but it was worth it.
That's cool.
It was a once in a lifetime
Just because
experience.
you like it because they're a neat bird, or anything cool about them?
They're a neat bird. They're the only bird they have. They actually chew cud like a cow, and they ferment inside their body, so they stink. And
They stink.
They sound like dinosaurs, and they're crazy.
Really?
Crazy colors and plumage.
So Watson.
Watson.
All right.
Oh, see, we already have people talking about their life list.
Oh, good.
It's a community. We're everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've infiltrated the world. So that's one. What else you got, Jeff?
Well, I've been to the Galapagos Islands, where I've got to see blue-footed boobies
Oh,
and
nice.
birds of that. So that was really cool. And of course, I do most of my birding just around here in North Carolina. So every wild bird I see around here is definitely special because it's a dynamic animal. They're always up to something.
Yeah.
I say they're the greatest ambassadors for nature because no matter where you are, there are
They're there.
birds. You can
That's a great way to say it, Jeff.
You can watch them, and they're doing something cool that'll kind of teach you more about their lives and the natural world in general.
And if you look a little bit closer at the animals, like you were saying with the beak,
Yes.
there's so much you can learn about just what you see.
Yeah.
We saw a scarlet tanager a while back?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was so cool.
One of my
behind,
favorites.
right behind the black bear.
Bright
Very cool.
red bird. All right, Claudia, come on in. Claudia's like, Steve, no. I get to do this with Claudia because if you remember right, she was in education, so she doesn't have a choice. So, do you have a life list? Do you bird watch?
So it's something I just recently kind of started.
It sounds like you don't have a choice working with this guy.
Yeah. So it is something that Jeff has strongly encouraged.
Nice, okay.
But it's really fun. Like I come here, part of my favorite part of the day is looking around, seeing these birds. So going outside and realizing that we have a lot of cool birds right outside
We
in
do,
your
don't
backyard.
we? We sure do.
So many. So I just recently started setting up feeders in my yard and going on walks. So I'm new. I don't have a life list yet.
But you started
I'm still super
looking.
excited when I see just common birds, but that I've never noticed before.
Sure, that's right.
Me too. I'm just getting to know all of the bird feeder birds.
The bird. That's a good way to say it. The bird feeder.
We fill our
It's a
bird
great place to
feeders.
start, though.
Yeah, look to make sure we can tell the difference between all the different woodpeckers and all the different bird feeder birds.
Yep.
So you can't start from ground zero.
I gave my folks a bird feeder for Christmas once. A bird feeder and some bags of food, and they love it.
Nice.
At least they say they love it. I assume they love it. Do you know what they saw the other day? I know this is not on here, but this is kind of cool. They saw a downy woodpecker feeding at a hummingbird feeder.
Did they really?
Yes.
That's super cool.
When I looked it up, I was like, no, you didn't. And yeah, downy woodpeckers will oftentimes go to hummingbird feeders to get the nectar.
That's so
because they're
cool.
sap eaters sometimes.
Yes.
So the sweet. I was like, what? Are you kidding me?
That's one of my favorite things about birds. They will always surprise you. Just when you think
Absolutely.
you know everything there is to know about birds, you're wrong. They're going to do
You're
something.
wrong.
They're going to do something new. They're going to do something crazy.
I'm used to being wrong.
There's
So I guess
always-
maybe I need to take this up.
Yeah, there's always something new to learn.
That's so cool. You mentioned something earlier. One of your coworkers, Steph.
Yes.
We met her about flamingos.
Yes.
And you're the one who got to go
Yes.
to Africa.
Yes.
Can you tell these guys a little bit what that was about? That was so cool. What it was
Sure.
like.
Well, yeah, it was pretty amazing, but yeah, kind of definitely an experience. So in South Africa, what happened was that there was a huge nesting area of lesser flamingos. Flamingos require water to nest. They build their nests in water, but they had a drought. So all the nests dried up, and that
that's right.
exposed all their eggs and babies to predators. So the parents actually abandoned the nesting event at that time.
Which is what they would do.
Which is
right?
what they would
Okay.
do, and they would just breed again when
Sure.
the rains returned. So what happened was a lot of local people in South Africa, a lot of conservation groups and zoos, they worked together to rescue all those chicks, about 2,000 in total.
No kidding.
Yep, and then they all had to be hand reared. Birds can't take care of
Sure.
themselves. They need to be raised either by their parents or a nice zookeeper who will be a surrogate mom or
Awesome
dad.
friends, right?
But it's a whole lot of work. Each one
I
of those
bet.
2,000 flamingos had to be fed 6 or 8 times a day.
Gee,
And as a zookeeper, you already have a lot on your plate. So what these zoos did is they reached out to the international community.
Okay.
And zookeepers from all over the world, North America, Europe, we all took
It was
shifts.
really all over the world.
It was all
that
over.
went to help.
Yeah, when I was there,
That's
I worked
so
with a woman
cool.
from Germany.
No way.
Yep, in a zoo in South Africa. So we all took 2-week shifts helping to raise
Wow.
a batch of chicks. I worked with about 200 of them.
No kidding.
I was there, yep, hand feeding them from when they were about
6 to 8
4 weeks
times a
old
day.
to 6 weeks old. Yep. So it was 14 hours of work every day. It was hard work. But this was in 2019. Several months after I came back home, we got to see a lot of those guys go back to the wild. And I keep up, there's a Facebook group that
Oh, was there?
they were
Fantastic.
banded and satellite tagged, so they keep up with their
Oh,
movements. So
that's a good idea.
I get to see them now move all over Africa as they grow up. And
That's fun. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for that. I know people appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That's a really cool thing.
it's
to
very
see.
rewarding.
That is so much fun. Wendy, what you got?
Someone was asking why these little guys down at my feet aren't flying around.
So they can fly. That's a great question. A lot of people do think they're
Good job,
flightless,
guys.
but they prefer to live on the ground. That's kind of their role in the habitat. They're a ground-living bird. They find their food on the ground. They nest on the ground. They are able to fly though. Sometimes they scare us when we see them flying around like crazy.
What are you doing up there?
Because they do sleep in trees every night, so they'll fly to the tops
Oh,
of
they're like
trees
some
to
chicken,
sleep.
okay.
Yeah, just like a chicken. They're actually in the same family as the chicken. Very chicken-like bird.
Wow.
Yep.
You're getting a lot of comments from our digital guests saying thank you for what you did. That was amazing, and what a great
Wow.
feeling
One
that
South
must have
Africa.
been.
It was my pleasure. Absolutely.
cool.
That's why we do what we do.
So the donation button is up. We didn't quite make 4,000, but we're close.
We've had 2 people donate today. We're at $30.
Thank you so much. That is so great. It was awesome to hear when you guys do that. So thank you so much. I know it's hard, especially this time sometimes. So all that money, that's blood, sweat, and tears. We do truly appreciate all those dollars, all those donations. So really cool stuff. We have a craft that we want to
have
share.
to head back that way to get it though.
I got to walk
Yeah,
over there.
we have to hike that whole 2 minutes back.
All right. Well, Jeff, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For your
Thank you,
time. This was
guys.
amazing. Good luck with your binoculars.
Thank you.
Counting your 6,472 birds that are in here.
I wish.
Ish. 65?
67.
67 and 25.
25 species.
He already failed. He would have lost 2 birds today.
Somebody else would have found them. Claudia, thank you. I know you weren't expecting to be on, so thank you very much for being here. And Jeff, we'll talk to you later.
Absolutely.
Say bye to everybody. We're going to go look at the craft real quick. Thanks, guys.
No, thank you guys. Bye.
Absolutely. How fun was that?
And just
Aviary
to
in a
see
whole
a
world.
few that he would normally see in a day, we'll stop at this sign and sort of show him
Yeah.
what could be in here. But we can't go all the way up and follow him the whole way because the Wi-Fi in here
The signal
isn't
goes away.
fantastic.
So let's see who we saw. We saw the Nicobar pigeon. We saw the caciques.
Yep.
How cool is that? There's a family and
Yes.
a family of Victoria Crown pigeons. We saw them. We saw the Eclectus Parrot.
Yes. We didn't.
No, we saw those. They looked similar.
We saw these guys.
Oh, we did. We saw the blue crown hanging parrot, and they said that the laughing thrush is new, so he's probably not on this
This
side.
was his favorite.
That
he
was
said
good
he's
call.
here.
Oh, the pekin robin. Remember the little tiny bird we saw in the
We
tree in
did
the
see that one.
in the habitat in the introduction space. Oh, the rule. Oh, look what they get the name from. I bet that's where it is. Rule. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Rule right there.
Little scientific name.
So this graphic in the park will tell you a little bit about the animals that are in here, and you can have your own. Maybe you have your own aviary life list.
Yes, because
How cool would
every
that be?
day is different when you come in here. Not every time are you going to see every single one, and not every time will you see one.
Yeah, and one of the examples of that is this bird. This is, and I just know this because it's one of my favorite birds. Is the Valley Mina. They come on and off habitat sometimes based on behavior. They're not always out here, but I love these guys. Critically endangered species.
My favorite thing is if you look at this Scarlet Ibis, it's one of the largest birds in
Yes.
here.
Yep.
It's fluorescent pink.
Bright pink,
But
yeah.
yet you don't see it every time you're in here.
Oh.
It blends in
You
the
are right.
trees sometimes.
That red color just disappears sometimes.
Yeah, so you might see it every few times you're in.
Let's see here. We had brought some feathers, but I think Jeff did a good job of sharing information about the
Yes.
feathers. And here's the craft. You guys remember mobiles? Mobiles?
Gotta grab it here.
Thank you. And guys, if you're a bird watcher, and I'm sure some of you are bird watchers, isn't it amazing? I think the United States kind of gets the wrong end of a deal on their birds. People go other places to look for birds. Think about the animals that we have here. We have the gorgeous goldfinch.
The cardinal.
We have the cardinal and the scarlet tanager. The painted buntings.
I have a giant bluebird who just eats his body
Bluebirds,
weight
the
in
blue
my
jays
food.
are so pretty. Grackles. I know they're a pain sometimes, but that iridescent purple to them.
And what's really
We
neat
have
about
some
this craft
gorgeous
is you can
birds.
make whatever bird you like.
Yeah, you could.
And
Put it up.
our friends answering questions will put up the link for us.
That's so, and then what I like about Nikki's crafts is you don't have to be an artiste sometimes.
And
Sure, it helps.
You should have most of this at home. Some paper, might have some twine or string, and everybody can find a stick outside.
Yeah. If you don't have the colored paper, you can color it on your own.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just kind of have the idea.
Or
of the
if you're
animal.
really good, you can make origami. I am not, so I
Wow.
would not make origami. But if you're good at it, you can make
That'd be kind
origami.
of neat. And then hang it this way too. That'd be kind of cool. There's different ways to see it. So yeah, another fun craft from our craft person, Nikki. How cool is that? Have you guys had a good time today at Aviary? Princess
did.
has. I hope you guys have learned a little. There's a Shama thrush right over here to the left. See him in the window? So I know a few of the birds. Comes from just walking through sometimes. A couple hints, if I may, when you come to the aviary. A couple quick hints. Take your time. Take your time when you go through the aviary. You want to look around. If you take your time, you're going to see so much more, especially in the aviary, because the birds are moving around. And when you take your time, I want you to use your eyes and your ears. Sometimes your sense of smell. Sometimes.
You might learn about that on Wednesday.
That's true. So you can really take in what's going on here. Pay attention. Look around. Listen to where you hear a sound coming from and try to find that sound. One other little hint. When you look up, keep your mouth closed. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in today for Zoo EDventures. Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Steve in front of the camera, Wendy behind the camera. It's always awesome to see you. Remember, the zoo is open, but we still have timed tickets. Make sure you get those tickets online and early if you have a specific time you want to come in. We can't wait to see you again. Stay safe. Stay safe. You guys have a great week. We'll see you soon from Zoo EDventures. Steve and Wendy. Bye.
Bye, everybody.